It is Monday. The alarm goes off at 6:47. You silence it. You lie there for exactly 3 minutes doing nothing, not praying, not planning, just existing in that space between sleep and the day. And somewhere in those 3 minutes, before the phone comes out and the noise starts, something surfaces. Not dramatic, not loud. Just a quiet, almost boring question that has become so familiar you barely notice it anymore. Is this it? Not said with despair, not said with urgency, just, is this actually it? Is this the life? Is this what all of it is building toward? You get up anyway, you make the coffee, you go. And that question, the one you never fully answered, gets buried under the weight of a Tuesday, and a Wednesday, and another Monday, exactly like the last one. That is not a crisis. That is just a life without a direction it believes in yet. And there is a difference between those two things that nobody is explaining clearly enough. This is Heaven Sent Daily. Subscribe, because this conversation is just getting started. Here is the thing about purpose that took me a long time to understand. It is not hiding. It is not buried under layers of self-discovery waiting for the right journal prompt to uncover it. It has actually been visible for years, sitting in plain sight. In the most ordinary, unremarkable corners of your ordinary, unremarkable life. Think about the last time someone came to you with a problem. Not a dramatic problem. Just they needed help and they thought of you. Why you specifically? Why not someone else? Think about the thing you do so naturally that you forget other people find it difficult. The thing you give away for free in conversations without realizing it has value. Think about the problem that makes you genuinely angry when you see it happening in the world around you. Not mildly annoyed, actually angry. The kind of anger that sits in your chest and does not leave. That anger, that natural ability, that recurring reason people find their way to you, that is not random. That is not personality. Jeremiah 1-5. God told Jeremiah something that should reframe this entire conversation. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Before Jeremiah had feelings about anything, before he had experiences to draw from, before he had developed preferences or skills or a sense of identity, the direction was already embedded. Purpose was never something Jeremiah needed to find. It was something he needed to recognize in what was already present, in what had always been present. The same is true for you. You are not missing information. You are underestimating what is already in your hands. So if the direction is already visible, why are you still on Monday morning asking the same question? Here is the honest answer. It is not confusion. It is not timing. It is not waiting for the right circumstances to align, or the right amount of confidence to arrive, or the right sign from God to confirm what you already suspect. It is fear. Specific, personal, quietly devastating fear. Not the dramatic kind, not the kind that announces itself, the kind that shows up disguised as practicality, as wisdom, as patience. As I just need a little more time to think about it. You felt it before, standing at the edge of something that felt like it could genuinely be the thing, and something in you pulled back, generated reasons, recalculated the risk, and retreated into the familiar discomfort of the life you already had because at least that discomfort was known. 2 Timothy 1-7 Paul, writing from prison, not from a comfortable study, from a cell. He says, God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but of power, of love, and of self-discipline. Timidity. That is the specific word. Not fear in the catastrophic sense. Timidity. The small, daily, habitual shrinking away from the thing that actually matters. Here is what nobody tells you about that shrinking. It feels responsible. It feels like the mature choice. And it costs you quietly, consistently, without ever sending you a bill, the life that was waiting on the other side of the move you did not make. The fear is not evidence that the direction is wrong. It is evidence that the direction is real. Small things do not produce that kind of specific personal resistance. Only things that actually matter do. So here is where this lands. Not with a framework, not with a 5-step plan, just with the truth that has been sitting underneath this entire conversation. You already know the direction. You have known it for a while. It surfaces on Monday mornings before the phone comes out. It shows up in the recurring anger, the natural ability, the reason people find their way to you. It has been present quietly, patiently, through every season you told yourself you were still figuring it out. You are not still figuring it out. You are still deciding whether you are willing to pay what moving in that direction is going to cost you. That is a different problem, and it has a different solution. Not more clarity, not better timing, not a sign from heaven that removes the risk. Just a decision, ordinary, unglamorous, made on a regular Tuesday by a regular person who finally got tired of asking the same question on Monday mornings. Make the decision. The direction has been waiting long enough.